Welcome to the Ready, Set, Show podcast with DT and Lette. Ready, Set, Showtime. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Show podcast. I'm DT.
And I'm Lette.
And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on another week. And Lette, we're going to keep it real on this one, my friend.
For Rizzle.
Guys, we're going to try something new. We'll kind of talk about that shortly, but this episode is going to be a little different. First things first, Lette, I'm going to start saying, how was your week? Because, guys, we record on a Friday. So it's after the last episode, but before the weekend, technically. Yeah. So how was your week, Lette?
My week was pretty decent. I mean, work hasn't been stressful or anything, except for, for some reason, the past 3 weeks, every Friday, shit hits the fan hardcore. And I don't get why. Monday through Thursday is always great, but, shit always hits the fan on Friday, and that's what happened today, too. But mainly because I had to babysit my machine, which means I had to keep going back and forth to the computer and making adjustments. It just got annoying. But besides that, it's pretty good. Ruby had gymnastics yesterday. She went on the bars again. I'm so proud of her. She's getting better and better at them.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, everything else it's been pretty Gucci.
What would you do if she ended up in the Olympics one day? That'd be tight, wouldn't it?
I mean, if it pays for her college.
Hey, look, they're underestimated. They're a big deal, them gymnasts.
Oh, they are. There's a bunch of... There's a bunch of little, not little, teenagers up there. Yeah. They're over there flipping and doing shit that I wouldn't even think about doing at
some
age.
Of them little kids will surprise you, dude.
Oh, definitely. And if I'm not mistaken, they have the banners up on the side of the gym and everything. Yeah. And it has first place. Yeah. In, the state for Tennessee for gymnastics. So I know she's going to a damn good school for that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if she wants to stick with it, I keep telling her I'll make sure she gets to keep going, and if she wants to progress, it's always up to her. I ain't gonna make her do something she can't do. I'm not gonna be one of them parents.
Yeah, because I mean, she could get into basketball in a couple of years or something.
So I mean, I just want to keep her fit, give her the opportunities I didn't get to have. So I mean, she's doing good in it, and it makes me happy. How's your week, DT?
Mine's been good. I've been experimenting with just with my webcam and I actually plugged this mic up and just doing some messing around with video podcasts. And I did a Facebook Live, and I seen Drama join, but she didn't say nothing. I was like, "Hey, can you see me?" Because I was just experimenting with it. Yeah. And she didn't say nothing.
She's just creeping.
She was just just like that random stranger that pops in. Dude. You know, like you in Walmart, and you see them people staring at you, and you're like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? But it was kind of fun. I've been messing around with that and just, hanging with the family, and you know me. I like to stay at home and just kick back, relax. I'm getting old, Lette. I'm getting old, man. Guys, again, thank y'all for joining us. We're going to talk about some MK11 news and a game Lette's discovered and been waiting for. And then we're going to jump into the nitty-gritty. I sent you the new Mortal Kombat 11 new character revealed this week. New character is called Cetrion, and she is an elder goddess, the sister of Shinnok, and the mother of Chronica, who the game is based off of, the woman that can bend time. And I'm telling you, she is a beast. She kind of looks like Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy mixed with if she was a rock god.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, she's considered a zoning character. She has all the elements of Earth, like water, fire. Yeah. She's got rocks. And I'm telling you, I really dove into her. There was a guy, he goes by the name of True Underdog Gaming. He's on YouTube. Definitely check him out, guys. And he kind of broke down her moves and her character as a whole, from her fatality to just her basic moves, wake-up moves, anything in her move list. And I'm telling you, he said, well, I'm kind of surprised they put out another zoning character. All the elder gods are as follows: Shinnok, Raiden, Argus, and now Cetrion. I love her moves, Lette. and her fatality and fatal blow.
Yeah, let's put it this way. Her fatal blow, I could have swore it was a fatality.
Yes.
I even looked at DT and I was like, listen, man, when I first seen this, I thought this was her fatality. And then whenever, like, the character she was beating the fuck out of just stands up and you hear
Jade,
finish her. I think it was Jade.
Yeah,
you just hear
Jade.
finish her. And I was just like, no.
Yeah.
There's not more. You can't be fucking serious.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I mean, she threw her up against a tree, then hit her in the eyes with a couple that looked like logs that were sawed down into spears, and then just hit her with that laser, man. That laser's a killer. And then for the fatality, she got a bunch of her rocks, crushed her with the rocks, grows.
No, stomped her head in, man,
Stomped her.
too.
Yeah, she grew, stomped her, grows higher into space, grows that big, and then hits her out of her mouth with a beam and explodes Jade.
Oh, yeah. It reminds you of the, it's off Gears of War, beam that you got to shoot down to kill the berserkers with.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it reminded me of, and I was just like, no way.
A lot of people thought it was overkill. I thought it was awesome. A lot of people kind of thought she'd be more of an Injustice character, which, I mean, I could see that, but I mean, then if she's an elder goddess, I think that's kind of cool. I mean,
that's cool as fuck.
I think she's the only elder goddess, right? I don't know of another one.
I can't think of another one.
If there is, guys, let us know. Comment that. I mean, like I said, sometimes our Mortal Kombat 11 news gets hazy when we get on the fatalities last week. Like, we got Jax's way wrong.
We did.
but yeah, guys, just bear with us again. I mean, it's hard to really sit here and explain it, but we love the game so much we have to talk about it.
Definitely.
And I always put a link to whatever video, like in this one with the Cetrion reveal. It's a Game Informer that actually broke her new character reveal. I don't know why Game Informer did it.
Like Game Informer?
And guys, this week there was no Combat Cast as of this recording. Now, we started recording Friday afternoon here about 3 o'clock, and I didn't see one. Now, there could be one later today, possibly on Saturday. They sometimes mix it up, but as of now, there wasn't a Combat Cast this week, so if there's one, we'll catch you up next week. But they were supposed to reveal new Cybots gameplay. We'll keep you up to date on that, guys. But Letty, talk about the game you've been waiting for.
All right, well, I think it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was sitting there, I was scrolling on Facebook, and I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I have been ever since Ruby's dad showed me it, and I fell in love with it. I love the way the game looks. I love the way it plays. Just, if you haven't played any of the Borderlands, there's 1 and 2, I would suggest get it. But I realized that they had changed their profile picture, Borderlands on Facebook, to the Borderlands 3 box art that they're going to have. And I lost my shit, because that meant Borderlands 3 was finally getting ready to come out, and I've waited like 7 years for this damn game.
Right.
It comes out September 13th, I want to say. Yeah, September 13th, 2019. And I ain't gonna lie, the trailer was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
DT watched it. I have been so excited for this for the past 2 days. When I watched it, Kristen looked at me because I was just screaming and just yelling out, hell yeah, this looks badass, and she was so confused. Because I just went from complete dead silence to being so joyful and cheerful and, like, yelling out.
That's what it does to you,
That's how gaming is. And
yeah, it really is.
Apparently, from what I've watched on the trailer, there was 4 new characters, of course. You go up against these 2 twins.
Some ugly-looking motherfuckers in that game.
Yeah, they were. But, I mean, from what I've seen, everything's the same. Well, what I mean by same is there's new enemies, but you see, like, the psychos. The box art is amazing. It's a psycho standing with a Borderlands grenade with, like, these guns coming out in a Game of Thrones-esque thing.
Yeah.
And then there's flowers in front of them. And I think it's beautiful because it's like you got the pretty side of the flowers, but the psycho, you know, everybody knows they're insane. So I'm excited for it. It's got couch co-op still, and that is one of my biggest things.
What is couch co-op?
Split screen.
Oh, split screen.
It's another name for
I just
split
call
screen.
it co-op.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Whenever people say co-op, they automatically think online.
Oh, okay.
That's why in couch co-op it's split
screen.
screen.
Oh, so couch co-op you can play offline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You sit down, you do split screen, and then you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like how Gears of War has always been. And I'm glad that they've kept that, because there's not many games that you can do that on now.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Everything is always multiplayer.
Online. Yeah. I think a game, when they get multi-dimensional like that, like, it's cool to throw some offline, like Mortal Kombat does that. And I think that's cool, because some people, I mean, hey, man, it's sad. Some people out here can't afford the internet.
Or you got shitty internet like me. And honestly, I would rather sit beside someone and play a game than have the chance of being disconnected.
Yeah, exactly, because that's annoying. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, I know some friends of mine, their kids go to school, and the school will pay for their internet so they can do school. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty cool, because my parents have been trying to get that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my half-siblings,
yeah,
they need it for them, so.
So, how do you think, you know, because Borderlands, they're going up against the Call of Duties, the Fortnite. I mean, how do you think they'll stack up?
Oh, in my opinion, if it's just in my opinion, it's way above any game.
Right.
Because it's been anticipated for so long. They have, in this game, 1 billion guns, which...
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, your standard machine guns, submachine guns, but there's always different ways they do it. It might have elemental damage. It might do multiplier damage.
Oh, I like that element damage. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. Like, my favorite one is getting corrosive and then just watching them run around with green, just jumping off of them, and next thing you know, they just randomly die.
Yeah, see, Fortnite saved the world. I guess it would be kind of like that, considering it ain't a battle royale. They do that element damage and stuff, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah, and... I mean, you've always got your 4 classes. I don't know what they are for sure yet. I know there's one of them that looks kind of like a psycho with like a pet dog.
Yeah.
I want to say his name was FL4K, so I don't know what exactly they're going to pronounce that as.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know knowing Borderlands. I mean, Claptrap was CL4 TP or something like that, and just like my friends call me Claptrap. So
yeah, and guys, for those of y'all that don't know Borderlands, it's literally like you're playing in a comic book.
Yes, it's cell shade graphics. I fell in love when I first seen it. If you've played the Walking Dead game, or
I think Borderlands started that actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong, but
yeah, Borderlands, the first one came out in 2008 for the 360 and PS3. I want to say 2008.
There ain't been many games that have done that.
No.
And I think they perfected it. I think they did it so well.
Yeah.
If anybody else really did it, I mean, they would have to literally one up on that. I mean, I think the last one, I did play Borderlands 2. I played a little bit of it. But it's been so long ago, like every now and then, you know, on Xbox Game Pass, who just so randomly charged me, though I haven't used it. I forgot about that Xbox. And they wouldn't refund me, man.
What?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I ain't used it. And they were like, hit me back with something about some terms of sale. I said, okay, well, let me explain this to you. Amazon, I'll give you this example. Amazon, if they, remember how they would charge you for, like, using Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you didn't purchase anything after their 30-day trial, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't purchase anything, they would refund you that money. Okay, well, apparently Xbox don't do that. It pissed me off because I really don't use Game Pass. I don't. Man, I got so damn mad. I'm like, oh, poor Xbox. I'm sure that 1096 is going to break the bank over there.
It's going to hurt them so bad.
Yeah, I said, tell Bill to pay it. Like, I got mad, man. I got that petty about it.
Oh, my Lord.
But, Letty, who you shouting out this week?
This week, I got to give a shout out to Ruby, of course. I mean, I love my little girl to death. Watching her get better in gymnastics always makes me the proudest mom ever.
Yeah.
Gotta give a shout out to DT, because without him I would not have this opportunity to get on here and bitch and hear me rant about everything, and I've loved every bit of it.
Having a blast.
I just can't believe we're already this damn far.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
I gotta give a shout out to this guy. His name's James. I can't tell you his last name because I'm a piece of shit whenever it comes to talking to guys.
Well, we don't want to do that.
True.
Anyway. Yeah.
His name's James. He actually gave us some really good ideas and feedback. He went and checked it out, gave us some damn good feedback.
On our YouTube page.
Yeah, on our YouTube page.
Yeah. Thank you.
And he was messaging me personally, so I gotta give him a shout out and a really big thank you, because we both really like that feedback you gave us.
Yeah, it's actually really good ideas, and more people need to do that. Like, we're adults. We're not going to get mad. We're here to improve and get better.
Oh, yeah, as long as you're not a douchebag.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're going to be a smart ass about it, then don't leave a comment.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, or you can, and then we'll just roast the fuck out of you on the next episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a platform.
We'll have fun for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta give a shout out to friends and family who support us. y'all give us feedback, and we appreciate it. But we need harder feedback from y'all.
Yeah. Now, be honest.
Yeah, be honest. I mean, if you're just like, hey, you stutter too much, Charlotte, I'll be sure to monitor that next time.
Exactly.
I got to give a shout out. And the last shout out is to the listeners. I mean, without y'all, with the support, we wouldn't be doing this. Yep. We do it to entertain everybody, and we hope to keep doing this for many, many years. Yep. DT, who you shouting out?
Gotta thank my beautiful family, man. We've just been trucking. You know, things get a little rough at times, but you gotta learn in this life to stick together, man. Family, the family that you know and trust and love and know have your back, they mean the world to me, man. Definitely. I love them. Gotta thank Lette, man. We keep trucking. Episode 48. We're gonna switch it up, try something new here I'm excited about, and you know, I'm proud of us, man. I mean, hey, we're here to learn, we're here to get better, and like we were just saying, we will take any kind of feedback and we will put it into the show. We'll put it to good use, I assure you. Got to thank Drama B. She's behind the scenes and never seems to talk to us, but we're still going to show her love. And now Drama, hit us up. She does hit me up every now and then, but thank you for everything, Dramas. Got to thank my brother, man. I haven't really got to talk to him, but we're going to get with him here soon, and we're going to really start making this podcast even more popping.
Hell yeah.
We got some new things coming up, guys, I assure you. And got to thank Kellen Keller, the man that inspired me to do this podcast. We always got to give Kellen thanks. Got to thank the guys down at Greeneville Vapor. You know, we vape every day. Me and Lette love it.
Oh, yeah.
And trust me, guys, if you're here locally in Greeneville, go check them out, man. They are the best, hands down, vape shop here. They're great guys. They you know, I mean, I look at them as friends. I don't look at them as just like the guys at the vape shop. No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I may not talk to them every day, but they're good dudes, and they will take care of your vaping needs. So big shout out to Greeneville Vapor. Friends and family that listen to podcasts, thank you guys. And again, any feedback, good or bad, hit us with it. We don't give a damn. And last but not least, the listeners. We really do thank you guys for all the support this last year. And stick with us, stay tuned. I promise you, we got big things ahead, man. It's just going to be a little time, but we'll get there.
Definitely.
But thank you guys. We can't thank y'all enough, man. We appreciate it. All right, guys. So today, what we're going to do, and I want to start off by saying rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey, he's a famous West Coast rapper. To be honest with you, am I a big Nipsey Hussle fan? No. Can I sit here and name 3, 4, 5 Nipsey Hussle songs? No, I cannot.
Same.
But when I saw this, I'm sure most people that maybe like me that don't know a lot about Nipsey kind of went and looked into this. But this episode is going to be dedicated to Nipsey. It's going to be about Nipsey, but it's going to go a little further than just Nipsey Hussle passing away. I want to give a shout out to Nipsey Hussle's family, his neighborhood, his friends. May he rest in peace, and our thoughts and prayers do go out to all of you all, man. This is just tragedy, man. I don't know how this keeps happening, but we're going to dive into that. But Nipsey Hussle passed away. Let's see, his real name is Ermias Joseph Ash. Forgive me, I'm going to butcher this. I know I am. It's Asghedom, Ashgadam, I'm going to say. He goes by the rapper named Nipsey Hussle, who passed away Sunday, March 31st at 3:25 p.m. at his clothing store Marathon in Los Angeles, California. There was a suspect that's been arrested, a guy by the name of Eric Holder, and I guess what had happened, you know, Lette actually got to watch some of the footage of the shooting. You want to kind of talk about that?
What I seen was, I ain't gonna lie, it's a really blurry video because it's like one of them security cams from like two buildings down. You know, we can get really good pictures of Mars, but we can't get like straight up good face. That's another rant for another day. Exactly. What you see is who they claim to be Nipsey walk out onto the corner. He walks down the building on the sidewalk. Because you got a parking lot, there's a row of cars, he's going down the sidewalk. All of a sudden you see 2 guys run, and then you see who they claim Nipsey to be, and then you see him just fall straight down. He just bounces off the pavement and he lays there. And then that's when it cut. It was like a 33-second long video. I want to say it was on TMZ. I I want to say it was their YouTube channel.
They've been like beating everybody to this news.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
I want to say it was, I'm pretty sure it was TMZ, and that's all you seen, and then it just cut. That's like a 33-second video, and that's it.
See, that's crazy. So let's start here, because when I started reading this, I don't recall ever hearing about this, but check this out. Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle had an important meeting scheduled Monday afternoon. It wasn't with a fellow musician, nor did it have anything to do with his hip-hop career. Hussle was going to sit down with the president of the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners and the city's chief of police to tackle an issue that, along with his music, had come to define his life: gang violence. According to Steve Soberoff, the president of the city's police commission, Hussle wanted to talk about ways he could help stop gang violence, help us help kids. The 33-year-old Los Angeles native has been transparent about his history as a member of the Rollin' 60s Crips, which he once described as one of the biggest Crip gangs of our generation. But Hussle wasn't able to make that meeting. And then it goes in to talk about when he was shot and everything. So I just don't understand when big rappers like this, like when Tupac and the Biggies and stuff like it just seems like once they start getting to this high level like this, and then they start wanting to help the community,
make it better,
something happens. Now, I was joining in with the government had something to do with this, or I didn't really necessarily think it was the government, but I thought it was something with the police.
Yeah, had to deal with the authorities.
Yeah, because Eric Holder, guys, is allegedly an FBI informant.
Yeah.
And guys, real quick, a quick disclaimer. Now, we're just going by what we've read, the videos we've saw. We're in no way trying to disrespect Nipsey Hussle and his family or anybody, any rapper, any neighbor, anything like that. And this, we're just simply talking about it and giving our opinion on it. Yeah, we're just a couple white people over here in East Tennessee, but we love rap. And we can in no way relate to this in any type of gang activity over here. We just worry about some drunk-ass rednecks and your occasional guy that claims he's in the Crips, but then it turns out he's like a Backstreet Boy fan or something. You know, I mean, point is there's no real gangsters around here. So just wanted to get that out of the way. But I guess Nipsey had seen him outside of his store, the Marathon store, which, guys, is a clothing store that Nipsey put in his neighborhood over on Crenshaw. It was actually a store that had been a part of that area, had been a part of his childhood, him and his brother. And so pretty much they had bought this lot, started the store to help kids in the community have a job and stuff like that. You know, the guy, yeah, man, he was in a gang. I mean, some of these guys, man, it's their only choice. And sometimes we just fall off, man. We go in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
The point is the man was trying to make life better.
Oh, yeah, he was trying to give back to his neighborhood and make his community better.
What kills me, Lette, is, look, man, I'm not saying you got to be a part of any conspiracy theories, and I'm not saying this is any disrespect. I mean, this is happening way too much.
Oh, yeah, it really is.
And it comes to a point to where you just can't chalk it up to gang violence, to a hater. Because like I said, this guy was supposedly an informant. Nipsey seen him outside the store. He was like, hey, I know you're a snitch. Get the hell out of here. Apparently the guy got mad, comes back, shoots him 5 times in the body and once in the head, and then kicked him. And a lot of people think, well, you know, that just seems a little excessive for calling you a snitch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're a snitch, why would you go off and, like, kill somebody? That's literally the side of the law that you're fighting against by being a snitch, basically.
Well, it's rumored that this guy apparently has killed people before, and I don't know if that's how he became an informant. But you pull that Whitey Bulger type shit. Whitey Bulger was snitching to the feds, and then
fucking everybody else.
Yeah,
up.
And then you got that guy like what's the movie Tom Cruise played about that Barry Seal guy.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah.
He was over here helping ship guns and trading them for cocaine over here. Yeah, so I mean, not saying this guy's on that level. Obviously, he's probably not.
He's a good guy.
Well, I seen people out there on the scene that talked about where he got shot 5 times in the body and once in the head, and said it was like a military type execution. which, you know, the military, now I don't know if 5 body shots, but I know they put one into the head to make sure you're passing away. Like if you got breath, you know, they are taught to do that. I don't know if cops are, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is just a case of that guy got super pissed off and he came back. My thing is, I'm not saying he was any way tied to the government or whatever. I think if anything, maybe the cops.
Could be.
Now, a lot of people are coming out. I've watched like a guy, a rapper by the name of Gonzo, and a few other people, Yuckmouth, and their Instagram lives where they came out. And they were just basically like, look, y'all need to stop with the damn conspiracy theories. They're saying in the news that it's just a gang-related killing, retaliation. You know, the guy called him a snitch. He simply came back and shot him for revenge. You hear other people saying that gang members can be their own worst enemies, that they're killing each other, and the black community has to unite and just stop tragic killings like this from happening. And I agree with that. I hate to see this happening in their communities. And by the way, Charlemagne the God, you cocksucker, just because somebody has a conspiracy theory, he called people that are conspiracy theorists flat earthers.
Yeah.
He was like, well, you know, mad, like, why ain't y'all talking about the other 11 people that were killed in that area? Okay, we're obviously talking about the most high-profiled one because it's the one we know about.
Yeah, it's the one that's being broadcasted and reported on, like, dozens of news sites, news web pages, and on the news on TV.
I mean, I hate any gang violence killings.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't care if famous or not, man. I mean, it's horrible. And I think gang life, I think a lot of those guys, they grow up without a father, some maybe a mother, some of them maybe a mother or a father. They live in neighborhoods where that's the only way to turn. It's hard for a lot of them to get a job maybe, and they see that easy money, and it sucks.
Definitely.
So I feel like America need to take a little responsibility by you all only wanting to take care of certain areas and help certain kinds of people. And I mean, I'm saying that as a white guy, man. I mean, hey, I could only imagine what they have to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
It's shitty. It really is. And it leads to stuff like this. Like, this guy was a high-profile rapper.
Yep.
A lot of people are saying he was going to be the next legend, like Tupac, or he is the legend. He was took out on what? Because he didn't want some dude out in front of his store?
The only thing that I could kind of agree on with what Charlemagne said, because he talked about the black man's ego.
Yeah.
If you break a black or hurt a black man's ego, you never know what's going to happen, whether it be you get your ass whooped or you get shot.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I could agree on that Charlemagne said. The rest of it was just bullshit. Him just being like, you flat earthers.
That's what I don't like about Charlemagne. Like, he throws too many words, like call them conspiracy theorists, flat earthers, I've seen him call a lot of white people crackers. Like, if you don't want to be called the N-word, don't use the word cracker. Yeah. I don't care what instance it is, dude.
Yeah.
Come on now. But that's another podcast there.
Yeah.
As far as this goes, I guess this Eric Holder guy was arrested later on. I guess he was trying to check into a mental institution.
Damn.
I'm assuming the guy had mental issues. Maybe it happened like this. Maybe that guy was seriously pissed off. It led to this. But to me, I just think after a while it's hard to just chalk it up to gang violence. Oh, this guy was in a gang. And then, like, before they called him, of course, the suspect was a black male.
Yeah.
And I just was like, it just seems like it's the same narrative. I think maybe cops sometimes see these guys trying to make a difference in the neighborhood, and they think, oh, well, I'm the cops. We should be making... I think cops get jealous like that, too.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, you got, like what Charlemagne said with the black man's ego. You also got... Because majority of the cops around here, anyway, are white. You also got the white man's ego. And whenever you're a white male cop, especially around here, your ego is so damn high. Their heads are so far up their own asses that they can't even see straight. So just thinking about how it is in, like, an inner city, like where he was at, where his store is, I could just imagine either one of two things. Their egos are so high that they want to be in control of their whole neighborhood. They want to be the ones that make the differences. Or... they just don't give a shit and let them do their own thing. Just too much trouble.
Yeah, well, my thing is, let's look at facts.
Facts.
Monday, he was going to meet with the chief of police.
Yep.
He was also making a documentary, and this is where a lot of people, the conspiracy theories came in about Dr. Sibbs, who, as He was a man in the 1980s, guys. This is a proven fact. This man proved this in 2 courts of law. One of them was a federal court of law.
Yeah.
He found a cure for AIDS. He found a cure for herpes, cancer,
anything.
blindness. You name it. He has. Now, you can still get his medicine, but the family saying that somebody had bought it and they've tainted it. Dr. Sibbs' medicine's not what it was. They arrested Dr. Sibbs back in the 80s for not practicing medicine without a license.
Yeah, malpractice.
Bullshit.
Stuff like that.
Because he had put ads in the paper, hey, I can cure AIDS. And he had cured 13 people of AIDS when they came and arrested him. And his mother had even warned him about it, like, you're doing this, they're going to come for you.
It's like,
because
you found the cure, they're starting to talk.
Because let's be real, Eddie, there's more money in people being sick.
Yeah, like, there's money in the treatment, not in the cure.
Exactly. They don't want to see y'all get cured because they want to collect that money, that insurance. These pharmacy people, they're the real criminals of this world.
When it comes to Dr. Sibbs, the only thing that I'm kind of iffy on, that where he says he cured everything, is that he did it through a vegan diet and some medicinal herbs. And that's the only thing I'm iffy about when it comes to that whole thing.
I was iffy too, but if you look further, when he went into court, he had to prove.
Yeah, he had to prove.
He had to bring a patient in for each thing
case.
he cured. And then he had to have 2 doctors outside of his prove it, and he did that. And the judge even said, I became a judge to change the world. Now, there was 2,000 some cases that have come through those courts, and they were all found guilty.
Oh, yeah, he was the only one who beat the case.
And he was representing himself. And
Yeah.
she said that I feel like by me sentencing you to not guilty that I'm changing the world. And then mysteriously, Dr. Sibbs dies in Honduras while in police custody.
Yeah, from pneumonia. Natural causes.
Yeah. I mean, the man had his wife, one of his ex-wives had even said he had been battling a lot of different illnesses, and he cured himself. And I had even heard DJ Envy talked about, he interviewed him on a past radio show that he was hosting, and he was 70-some years old, said the man jumped up on his desk, flat-footed, jumped up, boom, and jumped back off like it wasn't nothing. And he had proved it. And, I mean, he had cured people. And, I mean, all you can really go by is he went into a court of law and proved it. He was found not guilty, and he represented himself.
Yeah.
So that right there leads me to believe that man had to have sufficient evidence.
Oh, yeah, he had to, because there was an interview. I can't remember what the name of it. I think the name was like Ron something, where he sat there and he talked about it. Yeah, he said that he had to, they wanted, 13 witnesses. He brought in 77.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, holy shit.
He should have won the Nobel Peace Prize, bro.
Yeah, not going to jail.
Yeah, he should have, and instead they took him out. And it's like, how many more? I wonder if there's any more cases of people that have discovered this cure, and they're probably just scared to come out with it.
There's a conspiracy theory about the guy who was able to create a car that ran on water, and he sold the prototype to a big company, and they immediately destroyed it. Yep. They bought the whole rights and everything, so he couldn't make anything to that certain thing.
Yeah.
The dude actually ended up passing away, I think, from old age or some natural causes, but it wasn't a whole conspiracy thing over that. Is the fact that he created a car that ran on water, and then they immediately got rid of it.
Yeah,
there's that theory.
Yeah, them dudes with guns, like the NRA, the people over the pharmaceutical companies, the people over gasoline. You want to look at criminals, those right there are the criminals.
Big Pharma is the biggest criminals, and I'll say that. And I don't consider myself one of them huge people who goes with conspiracy theories.
Yeah, me either.
That's Kristen's nature, because she believes the whole aliens and bullshit.
Yeah.
When it comes to Big Pharma and the government, I will hands down say Big Pharma is the biggest criminal you will ever come against.
Yeah, because there's more money in addiction. There's more money in people being sick.
Oh, yeah.
From arresting people and putting them in jail to you going and buying pills off the street to you buying prescription pills. There's more money in that. I mean, it's like they try to sit here and act like they want to help you. Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, because
you don't want to help anybody.
One of my biggest things, unless done correctly, if it's done correctly, I know it works. Suboxone clinics, to me, they were made to keep people addicted to what I consider legal meth.
Well, I mean, I respect your opinion on me, but Suboxone's nothing like meth. I mean, I get your point, but as far as what it's used to treat addiction, like meth and everything like that, but its actual effects and when you take it and stuff, it's nothing like meth, not even close. But, I mean, I see what you're saying.
If done correctly, I know it can help you with
because it
that.
helped me. It really did. But you're right.
A lot
those
of people
that
don't.
Yeah, those people that, I mean, there's always going to be people abuse it. But then again, you do look at it like, yeah, it's out here.
Exactly.
I mean, it is. My mom always said, you know, hey, it's just another way to get addicted to another pill. But I look at it like this. I mean, some of us can't go into the rehab. Some of us aren't mentally strong to just quit cold turkey. So Suboxone and Subutex, I'm not a big fan of methadone. I think it's a little more hardcore, but it saved, you know, my life, my fiance's life. Now it's not going to work for everybody, and there's going to be people abuse it. But my thing is, it's also helped people. So just because there's people out here abusing it, like every other thing on this planet, don't mean that everybody that's on it's idiots or should be labeled a bad person or weak or, you know, hey, you're out there on it, like they do get labeled, but that's another podcast. But, you know, that's just my take on it. There's always going to be that guy sitting up in his big fancy office with his yachts and big pharma collecting money off people. They want you to be like that.
Oh, yeah, they're just like, do you see, out of these 10 cases, it actually helped the 2 who were dead set on getting clean, but the other 8, though, we're making millions and millions off them.
You might catch one of them that's investigated after somebody passes away or something.
Yeah, because of an OD.
Yeah, and my thing is, okay, if y'all really here and you really care, then after a certain point, you would cut Suboxone people off, Roxy people off, whatever kind of medicine that could lead to addiction. You would eventually say, look, they know after so long of you being on it, they can't just cut you off like that, but they should start weaning people down after a certain point. You can view that different ways. Everybody has different ways to look at that, but the point is it just sucks that when somebody like these famous rappers, man, they go out here, they try to be a voice for their community.
Yep.
And it's like, I can't remember who, I think it was Star, this guy, the Star Report or something. He runs a show on YouTube. And he was like, it just seems like every time, man, one of the most feared people is a smart black man that goes out here and has his shit together and tries to help. He said they're terrified of it. But then you kind of just start look at Tupac. I mean, this man was killed on the Vegas Strip and not one person seen it. And who's the only person that somebody would hesitate to snitch on? The cops.
Yep.
I don't understand how that's not looked at. So it leads me to believe, in this case, maybe this Eric Holder guy was just a piece of shit, and he got pissed off because he said, hey, I don't want some snitch out here. We'll never know. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll never. Only thing we'll know is he probably shot him, because in the video I seen, you don't see anybody like pull out a gun. They're over on the sidewalk, and it's covered a little bit, so you don't see anybody on the sidewalk. Do you
see him walk up, and does it look like they exchange words?
No, you don't even see them two talk.
See, I didn't see this video.
You just see Nipsey run after. There's these 2 guys who run away, and then they see who they claim. Like you can't even see their faces. There was just an arrow pointing towards who Nipsey would be. Mm-hmm. You see him run, and then he just falls.
There was 2 other people that got shot that lived.
Yeah, they were the first 2 who ran, so I'm guessing they might have been shot and just crossfire.
I don't know why the hell they get shot. Maybe they joined in like, hey man, you need to go snitch.
Yeah, and then he just started popping caps at everybody.
And what I thought another fact we didn't talk about is it just so happened his security just wasn't with him this day.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like so many
odd.
Coincidences. It's hard for me to just say, it was some hater ass dude that he called a snitch. I mean, Monday morning he had that with the chief of police, and then he was coming up with the documentary. The man was trying to stop gang violence and bring gangs together. It's just like, man, at what point do you stop and go, this is a little weird?
Allegedly, the getaway driver, this woman, they didn't give her name, for the shooter, she got off scot-free.
Wow, really?
If I remember correctly, I think she turned herself in.
Yeah.
And they let her off scot-free.
Are you kidding me?
They didn't give her name. They didn't release a picture.
What?
I'm sitting here thinking the only way she could have got off scot-free, but you'd think they'd want her to testify, at least. Like, she wanted nothing to do with this. The only thing I could think of is she had no idea. But if you seen somebody leave and come back with a gun...
Let me tell you this. I was in jail with a guy. Now, this is his version of the story, mind you. He took this dude and this chick. He took these two people to rob this dude, right?
Yeah.
They end up shooting and killing the guy they went to rob. I think they might have shot somebody else. So they leave. Well, this dumbass ends up getting caught. He ends up getting caught with the pill bottle. The cops come and arrest him. And I think he ended up getting 20, 30 years. And he tried telling them, hey, look, I didn't hear the shots. I just pulled up, dropped them off, and they told me to come back and get them. And they're like, well, yeah, dude, but I mean, there was blood found in your vehicle. And his thing was, well, yeah, but I mean, I didn't know they were going to do that. Well, that don't matter. No. You drove them to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird she didn't get charged.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking, because I'm just like, accessory to murder, you're still going to get sentenced to something.
Exactly.
If you didn't, like, immediately take the dude straight to the fucking police station after seeing him shoot him.
Yeah. Hell, if I took you up here and you robbed this gas station, I would go to jail. My cousin did a damn year federal for that shit. For some dude she was dating, just driving him to rob stores and shit, and they ended up so pissed off about it, they gave her fed time over it, and she hadn't ever been in trouble. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot. See that? You see what I'm saying? It's just like all this stuff. It's hard. You can understand why people come up with conspiracy theories. Yeah, some of them are a little excessive and they're a little weird, but I don't see how you can just discredit that. Look at all these things and you think this is one big ass coincidence, and this dude just got so lucky. Or you kind of got to stop and really wonder, does this go beyond just some guy? And then now that chick don't get charged. And that's what my thing is. I feel like that guy was probably hired. I don't know. Maybe not. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll gladly say it again. I'm a fan of rap. And it don't matter what color, where we come from. I hate seeing this for these guys. I mean, this was this guy's own neighborhood, his own fucking store. And he lost his life outside of it.
Oh, yeah. And one thing that I thought was weird at first when I started doing some research was the fact that the mayor of L.A. got on TV and started announcing some stuff. But I didn't know at the time how involved in his neighborhood he was, and the fact that he had the meeting coming up. Because what the meeting was going to discuss, like what DT said earlier, he was going to tell them ways to decrease crime in inner city areas. Yeah. And then they were going to talk about something he had, what was called Vector 90, which was going to open up opportunities, and it was going to include low-income housings for people in the inner cities and be able to connect some neighborhoods and get them going. And what his plan was to get that all over the U.S. and like other places like Atlanta. That's the only one I remember, but they named off other cities.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Like other bigger cities that have inner cities that are low income, try and make things better, and he never did get to go to that meeting. And you don't find that odd
the day before
the day before.
It could just be, hey man, it happened. I mean, black on black crime, man, it's been a problem, and black people admit this. They know this. But I just feel like when it comes to these rappers and the way a lot of them move and stuff, and just so happened his security, that's what got me. Just so happened his security was not here on this one day at this store that he usually doesn't go to.
And the day before, he had a big meeting with somebody.
Yes, in his neighborhood where he knows there's a lot of gang crime, and he's a former. Once you're a gang member, let's be honest, you always consider a gang member. So, guys, this is just an episode that me and Lette had talked about, and I said, man, this really got me thinking after this happened. And again, I have no lies to tell. I'm not a big Nipsey Hussle fan. I don't know a lot of his music. And now what I did here while doing research on this story, he's a beast. He is. What I heard, I liked. I'm not going to lie to you. He had the kind of style of rap that I like.
Yeah.
He really did. He's done a lot of songs with big names, and his wife, Lauren London, who if y'all seen the movie ATL, you know, the one that T.I. goes after, you know, that's his wife, and I really feel for her, and he had kids with her.
Oh, yeah, and the thing is, I ain't gonna lie, there was one video I watched, and it was a couple's video of them two.
Yeah.
And all it was like a 30-question thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
She asked, I thought that was the craziest thing, because he got, what was it, like 28 of the questions right?
Yeah.
Out of 30. Show me a man who can do that.
Really?
And losing losing that person. Like, her pain must be so bad.
Yeah, and again, I can't say it enough. Our thoughts and prayers from me and Lette to the family of Nipsey Hussle. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you guys. I mean, this is terrible, and I hate coming on here and reporting stuff like this. It sucks. But I felt like, man, it just seemed, this story was really odd to me.
There was a lot of coincidences.
Yes. That
just happened. And see, we'll never know what he uncovered about that documentary, too.
And so the question remains, I mean, is rap being targeted? Are they taking these guys that are trying to make a difference and put down gang violence and help their neighborhoods? I mean, are these guys being targeted?
They could be.
It's a question that I would like to know the answer to, because I hate seeing this. This is terrible. And these families, a lot of families are losing loved ones over this. And any gang violence, whether you're famous or not, we hate that.
Yeah.
I wish it could stop. If everybody in America, no matter what color we are, if we all united, they're fucked.
Oh, yeah, we would be one beast of a fucking nation.
Yes, we would. And these big pharma motherfuckers and all that, they know they'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah.
More of the truth is coming out. And again, we didn't want to show any kind of disrespect here. This was just something new we wanted to try on a topic that we really feel passionate about. We love rap music. We're huge fans, and we hate seeing this. We hate seeing not only our favorite rappers, but your guys' favorite rappers, man. We hate getting up here reporting on them dying. You know, I mean, we lose legends, Tupac, Biggie, now Nipsey Hussle. How many more got to be lost that are trying to help their communities? And on that note, Lette, thank you.
Thank you.
This was a good episode, man. I really, really hope it stops, Lette.
I hope it does, too, because we had, like a good month we didn't talk about somebody dying. Now here we are talking about a Grammy-nominated rapper who was doing good for his community getting shot.
Outside of his store in his neighborhood.
In his own hometown.
I don't know.
Hood. I mean, it's crazy.
Really?
And it's like heartbreaking a lot too.
And guys, look, again, maybe this was this guy called a snitch and he just so happened to get to Nipsey. But you got to kind of look a little further. And I'm not saying believe the conspiracy theory, because, again, this guy could have just simply been a piece of shit that got mad and shot him. And it's unfortunate. But I just feel like there's just more to the story that goes beyond Nipsey Hussle. And I felt like we had to talk about it. But, Lette, anything in closing, my friend?
Stop killing each other.
Yeah.
Quit killing people who's trying to make a difference in the world. Because whenever those voices are gone, we're still left with this shitty planet.
Yes.
And it's what you make it.
Well said. For episode 48, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I'm DT.
And I'm Lette.
And remember, this is Podcast Greatness,
where greatness never dies.
We out. Peace.
Deuces. Woo!